I was an EMT for 4 years. One midnight call to the outskirts made me quit forever. Working as an EMT is exactly as intense as you would expect. Late nights, endless shifts, and stress that never stops. I became a paramedic at 21, and I have seen things most people only see in movies. But this specific call, this is the one that changed everything. It started like any other night. A call came in, and my partner and I were dispatched to the outskirts of the city. We were directed down a narrow dirt road that stretched for over a mile. It was so restrictive that we had to park the ambulance at the edge of the property and proceed on foot. As we walked up the driveway, we saw trash and clothing scattered wildly across the front lawn. Then, we heard the screams. They were coming from inside the house. A man threw the door open before we could even knock. He was pale, exhausted, and gripping a Bible so hard his knuckles were white. He did not say a word, he just dragged us inside. The first thing I noticed was the blood. It was smeared across the floor, leading down a long hallway toward a locked door. Beyond that door, we heard noises that made my blood run cold. It was a mix of animalistic grunts, rhythmic thuds, and a faint, wet sound. The father was hysterical. He explained that his teenage daughter had suddenly gone into a violent frenzy, trashing the house and locking herself in her room with a kitchen knife. Suddenly, an inhuman voice screeched from behind the door, "Leave me alone." The father snapped. He threw himself against the door until it splintered open. What I saw inside that room has haunted my dreams for years. The girl was sitting on the bed, staring right through my soul with an expressionless face. She was covered in dozens of wounds, yet she continued to lash out with the knife, thrashing like a wild animal. I rushed forward and grabbed her wrist. She fought back with the strength of a grown man, snarling and gnashing her teeth. It took everything I had to pry the knife away. Even after we restrained her and got her to the ambulance, she was still fighting us, screeching at the top of her lungs. Once we were on the way to the hospital, the room went silent. Her vitals began to crash. Her bloodshot eyes started to flutter. By the time we pulled into the emergency bay, she had flatlined. The father was a complete wreck, and I do not blame him. I still remember the very last thing she said as the life left her eyes. She looked her father dead in the face and whispered, "How did we get here?" That was my last shift. I turned in my gear the next morning.